Hello everyone, this is thejonnymar and welcome to my latest series. In this series I'm going to be playing, as you can see, and as voted on by my patrons, DuckTales for the NES. So I previously played Darkwing Duck on my channel, and now we're going to head to another of the great Capcom platformers on the system, and that is DuckTales. So I actually watched the DuckTales series when I was younger, and I didn't actually own this game. I did own Darkwing Duck, and that's because I actually liked Darkwing Duck quite a bit more than DuckTales as a kid. But I did enjoy this game when I was able to play it later in life. Now, I didn't play the original, I actually played the remastered version first, and then went back and played the original after I finished off that newer version of the game. And the original is a very good game, and so I'm quite looking forward to getting into this game and playing it. So we have the awesome intro theme music, even in 8-bit chiptune. We have 3 different difficulty settings we can use: easy, normal, and difficult. There's not a huge amount of difference except between easy and the other 2 modes. On easy, you actually can take 2 hits per life point that you have, versus normal and difficult. You only get 3 hits for your starting 3 life points that you have. And related to normal and difficult, well, basically what happens there is that on difficult you don't get a few of the items that you do on normal, which are the invincibility magic coin, and then also the full life restoring cake item. So we're going to head to the stage select here. There are 5 stages we can pick from, and we can do them in any order that we want. And we'll notice that we have Scrooge and his 3 nephews, although we're missing the blue one, which is Dewey. He's apparently wearing green in this particular game. So we're going to start with the 2 stages that actually have additional health power-ups, so they'll give you 1 extra life point to deal with. Now with Scrooge, we have a couple different moves we can do. We can do a basic jump, and then we also can pogo, which he's known for, and this game is sort of infamous for, or famous, with his stick that he carries around. Now we also can use the stick as we get our first magic coin here, which gives us invincibility. We're going to talk to Webby here. She's going to let us know that Huey has been kidnapped, and she wants us to save him. And so you also can use your walking staff for a few other things in this game, including hitting items into enemies. Now Scrooge can also climb up ropes and a few other things. And we're going to have to watch out for some of the enemies here, because the ghost enemies are actually invulnerable. You can't damage them, I believe. So it's all about dodging them. Now some of these caskets here actually do have items inside of them, these gems, which give you money. And this game is all about collecting money. You want to try to collect as much money as you possibly can. And there are actually different endings in the game depending on how much money you collect. So the ultimate goal for the best ending in the game is to collect $10 million, or whatever the currency is here in this particular universe. And then also find 2 hidden secret treasures. So we're going to attempt to do that with this playthrough. I'm not sure if we'll get it. We'll get maybe the normal ending, and then I'll just go back and replay the game and show off the special good ending too. And then there's also a secret bad ending, which you get for ending the game with 0 money, which is very difficult to do, and so we'll see if maybe I can pull that off as well. But here in Dracula Duck's manor, we actually have these mirrors, which serve as teleporters. We're going to jump over Webby here because we already talked to her. And this place has quite a few secret areas. I'm going to try to show off all of the secret areas in the game. Now, I'm not necessarily going to get every single item. There are a lot of hidden items in this game, especially just money gems. And so I don't know where every single one of them is, as we save Huey here. Taking out a Beagle Boy, who makes some appearances throughout the game. And I think our invincibility is going to run out there before we take on these mummy duck enemies. But we're going to try to find as much as we possibly can. We certainly are going to find all of the important hidden stuff, and as I said, all of the secret areas. So we'll find the 2 hidden treasures, which are each worth $1 million apiece. And then we're also going to find the 2 life extenders. The first one is in this particular hidden room here, which Huey alluded to. So it's a little life point star. You'll notice it extended our hit points to 4. So if you're playing on easy, you can now take 8 hits. But since we're playing on normal, we can actually take 4 hits now. So we're going to skip all of this particular room because we want to take this particular teleporting mirror here. This is a little silly to come and do because all of these helmets are pretty much pointless. They're either these trap helmets, which will do damage to you, or they will give you cakes to give you full health back. And that is it. There's no money over here, at least not in any of these statues. But I did want to show it off because it is an area of the particular castle here. And Dracula Duck's Manor is interesting in the sense that in this game, they reuse this level multiple times. So you actually have to come back here to progress into another of the levels in the game, as we find a little Scrooge doll, which gives us a 1-up. And then you also have to come back here for the final level of the game to take on the final boss. As we do some minecarting here. You want to duck under some of those positions of the walls, just to not take damage. And we're going to drop down here. You don't want to drop all the way down because that's going to take you all the way back to the beginning of the level. So we're actually going to skip that and go back up the rope. Because our timer is actually running out here. You don't have a ton of time in each level, and since I am trying to show off pretty much all of the level I possibly can, my timer is going to get pretty low in each level that I get to. But we do have another 1-up over here. So we have 2 additional lives. This is not a super hard game, provided you learn how to do the mechanics. As long as you learn how to properly pogo, you're going to do pretty well in this game. If you struggle with the pogo ability, then you're going to struggle with the game in general. And the pogo is something that you have to jump and then hold down and press the B button or whatever your walking stick button is, and then hold the B button in order to continue to bounce. But we have our first boss of the game, Magica Dispel. So she turns into, I don't know what it is, a vulture, a raven, whatever type of bird that she is. And she's going to throw lightning bolts at us, so we're going to try to jump and land on the back part of her body. Because otherwise, if you hit her in the front, she will do damage to you. And if she's low like this, you can actually hit her while she's flying around. And we'll get our first treasure at the end of the level, which is the Coin of the Lost Realm, which is worth 1 million gold. So now we get all of our money added up, totaled out, added to our money vault. We can't swim in it, unfortunately, in this particular game. I'm going to save at the end of each level, and then we will continue to the next level, which in this case is the second level with a life power-up, and that is the Himalayas. Now, this is actually one of my least favorite levels in the game, simply because of one particular enemy, and that is the goat. So on the top here, we're going to find some goat enemies. Now these rabbits aren't so bad, provided you hit them with your pogo ability, but these goats are really annoying. They have pretty predictable patterns, but I always seem to try to get them for whatever reason as they're jumping, and it just seems to always lead to me taking damage. It's actually better to just wait for them to jump over you and go underneath them. So just stand there and let the goat jump over you. Now we could have dropped down before, and that'll take us to another part of this stage, but we want to come all the way to the right because there's actually a little bit extra stuff we can pick up over here, including another extra life. So now we're up 3 extra lives over what we started with. And we have Launchpad over here. We're going to be skipping him for now, but we'll come back and we'll show what he can do. We're actually not going to finish this level. We're going to do about half of the level, and then we'll come back and finish the level after talking with Launchpad again. So we're going to progress along the southern part of this level simply because it leads to, again, another health power-up, which will take us up to 5 life points. As we talk to Huey here, who tells us to save Bubba. This magic coin allows us to avoid all of these falling ice shards. It always seems to run out right before that last one, and now we're going to save Bubba. He is going to show us to the second life power-up. This will take us up to 5 life points. So again, if you're playing easy, this is a rather tricky jump. I have fallen into that pit many a time while playing this game. But now you can take 10 hits on easy, or in our case 5, which is the max that we can take. So we're going to progress all the way back, and we're going to talk to Launchpad and try not to get hit by the spider here. They can be a little iffy with their pattern. There is another invincibility here, so we'll use that. We want to be careful because if you hit a spider from below with invincibility, they seem to stop your jump and send you sort of falling into the abyss below them. But we want to head up to Launchpad and talk to him. He will take you out of the level if you want him to. And the benefit of this is that it will add the money you currently have to the vault, and then it'll allow you to replay the level to earn even more money. And since we have a 7 in our score for this particular level, we actually get the secret bonus game. So Gyro is going to fly along the top here and drop some money, and we need to try to collect as much of it as we can. He will give you a chance to collect about 100,000 money in this level. And then we need to jump onto the rope with Launchpad there. So that money will get added, and you can do that bonus level every single time you do a level with Launchpad in, which is pretty much every level except Transylvania. I think Transylvania is the only level that Launchpad is not in. But you cannot do Launchpad more than once, only one time per level. There's another hidden section of this particular stage up here, so you want to climb up this ladder. There's another secret life that we can pick up. And then this can be a little tricky. You want to hold to the right and then jump and swing your cane to destroy some of that particular ice there. Because Scrooge cannot pogo on the snow. If you try to, he will just fall in the snow and refuse to jump. So there's not really another way to get over that, at least that I know of. Whoa, hockey ducks. And they're going to hit at us. We're going to take a hit there, but oh well. Now there is a little bit of an extension here to the stage. If you continue to the left, there is 1 gem and a full life power-up. So we are going to fall to the left here to avoid that boulder. But I find I take way more damage, and there's just not really any reason to do it for that little bit of money. Thank you for the jump, Beagle Boy. Allows us to progress to another secret area of this stage. Get a little bit more money from that gem. Can we hit this onto the Beagle Boy? No, it didn't do damage. But we do get another hidden chest, and then there is a life power-up coming up as well on this platform. We're going to wait for it to drop, and then you can actually jump here all the way across to take on the second boss. An abomination of a snowman. So it's going to jump to the middle of the room. You can bounce on it, and then it's going to hit the wall and cause little boulders to drop down. And you can actually hit him again while he is over in the corner hitting the wall. But I find I oftentimes will take a hit then, and so I don't know if it's really worth it just to cut a little bit of time. Your timer does get added to your score, so I guess it is worth it in that respect. But we get our second treasure here at the end of the stage, which is the Lost Crown of Genghis Khan. So that's 2 stages down. And we do get to save in between stages on this particular version of the game, which is the Disney Afternoon Collection. I'll be taking advantage of that just so I don't have to replay stages. But now we're going to head to one of the most iconic stages in this game, which is the moon. Now it has one of the tracks that people tend to remember most about this game. I'm interrupting it right away with this invincibility coin, but you'll get to hear it again as we head into the UFO here. Now if you head all the way to the right without entering the UFO, you're going to get to a point where you're going to find one of Scrooge's nephews who's going to tell you that you need to find Gizmo Duck in order to progress by destroying a wall. So in order to use Gizmo Duck, we actually have to find a controller. In order to find that controller, we have to find a key. So they really did a lot to try to artificially extend this level and make it as big as possible. Now if you fall down here, you're just going to fall down to the beginning part of this level. And so it's up to you if you want to do that. You can also reach those chests that I pogoed off of by using these little space ducks and jumping off of them. So we're going to skip that particular scene with the nephew, and we're just going to continue on up into the UFO. So you want to be careful here because these robo-ducks or space ducks can actually get stuck in those openings with the little spikes, and it takes a very long time for them to progress all the way through. Now we actually... oh crap. I was going to do the minigame again, but I picked up too much money. But there's Launchpad again, so you can actually do the minigame again if you have a 7 in your score somewhere. We lost the 7 because I accidentally picked up too much money. But here's the first key, or actually the only key to the UFO. So that'll allow us to access Gizmo Duck's control. So now we have to head all the way to the right here. There's another little secret area, I guess, using this particular platform. Head over to the left. We'll get a little bit more money and then also a health refill. These aliens are very interesting looking. Kind of remind me of Zoidberg, I suppose. Although they don't have tentacles by their mouths. And I'm probably going to take a hit here. Oh yeah, it respawned. See how they get stuck up there if you give them a chance? So you want to let them stay on screen and just bounce over them. And then a new one won't respawn right away. So that's half the level done. We're going to kill some more enemies here and try to collect some more things. There's actually another character in here as well. Most of the characters that you would think of from the series are in this game. So you got the nephews, you got Webby, you got Launchpad and Gizmo Duck. Ow. You actually have Mrs. Beakley as well. I think the one character you might think of that isn't in this game is Duckworth, the butler. So over here we have a few more chests we can get to. Now there's supposed to be a red gem there that appears, but it just doesn't appear sometimes. I don't know if that's a sprite limitation, maybe there's too much stuff on screen, or what happens there. But I can't always get it to appear for some reason. And then there's a few more gems over to the left. And then for enemies you have Magica Dispel. We're going to see one of Scrooge's big rivals as well in the next episode when we take on the last 2 levels of the game. And ultimately try to finish off the game and collect all of the treasures. Alright, so we want to head to this northern part of the level because there is a secret hidden treasure, so to speak. It's not really hidden, but it's in an out of the area place that you don't necessarily have to go to. We're going to pogo across here. I like how his walking stick does kind of do a pogo effect when it bounces off the ground. But we get the hidden mirror here, the golden mirror. Now we're going to bounce back. We're going to find the remote control, and then we'll head down and take on the boss, which is the Lunar Rat, or the Moon Rat. And we're going to try to pick up the secret treasure, which is the green cheese of longevity. Now if you come up to this area without the key, Webigail will actually be up there and she'll say you need to find the key to get through this door. There is the remote control for Gizmo Duck. Bless my bagpipes! Now Gizmo Duck can blast that wall that we haven't seen yet. And then if we can get to the north here, you actually find Mrs. Beakley. I think this is one of the 2 areas of the game that she actually shows up and throws you little health refills. So now we just have to progress and find the boss. We'll have to head out of the UFO. And then we'll have to blast that wall with Gizmo Duck. We're going to pogo here through the air to kill this alien. And then there'll also be some more Beagle Boys before we take on the boss. Not that they're very difficult to take out. Now I like to grab the chain here because if you just drop down, it's very easy to just fall into that pit. So over to the right here, we're going to have more of these space ducks and some aliens and some more moving platforms over bottomless pits of death. Ow. So you do not want to get hit into the pit because you will die instantly. I do not know how to get through here without taking a hit, so we're just going to take the hit and walk through. Gizmo Duck makes an appearance with some red on his character for some reason. So again, this is where the nephew will be. I don't remember which one it is. Maybe Huey. We'll grab some health refills there, and then we'll kill some Beagle Boys as we head to the boss. And then in my next episode, we're going to take on the last 2 stages of the game, as well as return to Transylvania a few times. And this rat is annoying. Now, some people say this is the toughest boss or enemy in the game. I don't think so. All you gotta do is bounce off his back 5 times. What is annoying about him is that he can hit you right away when you come into the room, which tends to be a little unfair. But here's our green cheese of longevity, and that is it for the first 3 stages of the game. So hopefully you've enjoyed this look at DuckTales. I'll see y'all in my next episode when we take on the remainder of the game. Thanks for watching, viewers, and the continued support, and I'll see y'all next time. So long! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and leave a comment below. Please also subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell. See you next time!